So hi guys and welcome. Uh, it is Robert here, and I wanted to kind of make a lovely little video on this new game that I got invited to try out. It's called Farmers Dynasty 2. I'm guessing it must be the playtest, so it must be just in development there. Um, right away, noticing at the main screen here, you know, I like the colors. They really stands out a lot more than just than when Farmers Dynasty, the first one. I did play that one for a little while when it was on Xbox. I really liked the game. It was really challenging, and you know, made you work for something in there, to get new equipment and stuff. And hopefully this one will kind of. So far, I did play a little bit of this new one here, uh, and so far it's kind of it's got the same idea as the first one, where um, you kind of start off with little next to nothing, doing odd jobs, kind of like the first one, and then building your way up uh, in there. Um, but we're gonna take you through. I'm gonna start a new game. We're gonna. I didn't get very far into the other game that I was playing on it, so we're gonna start fresh off with you guys, and we're just gonna, I guess, take you a little bit through of myself playing this. If if you guys really want to try this out, this new game. I do have a couple of invites that I can send for maybe a couple other people that would be really interested in wanting to play this. Um, yeah, right away the title and the just the background here with the yellow tractor, and the you know with the scenery just looks gorgeous right off the start. And it's really cool to see the like the little boy with the dog and and, and the lovely lady there. Uh, just looks great. And I mean the details of it looks amazing. Like even the house looks looks cool. Looks like it's looks like a farmhouse and all right. Well, enough of me yakking. Let's get this party started. So we're gonna start a new game here um, and try it out and with you guys. And I'm gonna set my microphone idea is not exactly an ideal one, so you all will have to bear with me. And I want to let everybody know that I am using this mic.
So here I am, finally. The Greenthorn Valley. Well, I must say, it's looking nice so far. I hope my new home looks at least as good. Since I put all my savings into it, it darn better be. The agent assured me it is perfect, so I guess no worries, right? I'm gonna call it the House of the Rising Sun. Like that new hit song I heard last week. Yeah, catchy tune. The house will be perfect. Oh yes, I can hardly wait. I am in for a treat. I just hope we get there soon. It is pretty cold for an early spring. What happened here? Is this the right address?
And don't mind that, guys. This is me using the controller. You've seen the controller icon pop up on the screen. Right away, so you start right here, and this is your home. Looks like a little beat up, run down, which is kind of like the first one where you start off with your home that's kind of in need of in rough shape, kind of needs fixing up and looked after. Let's get started right away. Like, it is so cool to hear the sounds. Like, you can hear your footsteps in the snow, and and the snowy covered trees and all sorts of things. But I will try to not talk when they're talking, because I know you guys probably want to hear all their voices. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's go talk to this lovely lady over here.
Hello, you're the new owner, I presume.
I am indeed. And who might you be?
I am Molly. I live here nearby. Me and my grandfather used to know the previous farm owners well, so he asked me to show you around.
Nice to meet you, Molly. But I've been told the farm would be in good condition, while this...
It's in excellent condition considering the circumstances. After the war and economic crisis, most folks left the valley, and many farms are in even worse shape.
I see. So could you show me the place?
Sure, that's why I'm here. But first, please wear this. I don't want you to freeze. We are expecting spring any day now, but so far it's still cold outside.
Thank you. I appreciate the hospitality. It's indeed pretty cold.
I do apologize for the icon popping up with the controller and the keyboard. It's because my cord for my controller is touching the mouse, and so it keeps flip-flopping back and forth. So I do apologize for that. Right away, yeah, you can see it looks like this is a barn of some sort, and right away it looks like it needs a lot of fixing up to do. And so let's go talk to her again and see what we're going to need to do. And you guys are already noticing the temperature gauge at the bottom of the screen. So I figured out with that is the longer you guys are roaming around in the cold, it affects your hunger and your health and all that. So you have to build fires and stuff to keep warm, which I'm getting a little ahead of myself, so kind of spoiler alert there.
You can see the garage on the left and the greenhouse on the right. Both require some repairs, but they should serve you well when fixed.
Yeah, it needs a lot of repair, that's for sure.
With a little work, this cowshed can be a proper home for your animals. They will need one to survive the winter.
Once again, more work. And, judging from the looks of it, just kind of like looking around, it almost kind of has that feel of in the beginning where the first one is. When I was playing the first one, I remember that your house was right here on the corner. You had your chicken coop kind of like right by the main entrance of the drive, and then here in the middle there was like a big opening here in the middle. And there used to be like a well that looked just like this, and then there was a gazebo with a gazebo in the center of it, and so this right now has kind of the same idea going as the first one, but once again, graphics look great. just looks totally cool. All right, let's get back to talking to this lovely lady and
The
figure out.
barn will require some serious work, especially that roof. You can use scaffolding to climb up there.
Oh, brother, yeah. So now it's wanting us to go pick up scaffolding. We can try that out. And like I said, guys, I'm using a PS5 controller. So if you're using a standard keyboard, that's fine. Works just all the same. It's just easier since I have a PS5. It's just easier for me to run the controls and set stuff up rather than a key. So right away, all I had to do was push the right button, or it's R1, using a controller, a PS5 controller, and yeah, which, by the way, is fantastic that they already have a controller already set up, controller base set up for it. Awesome, by the way. And which what I just did was I just moved the directional buttons, and so there's actually a wheel there that you can have. Square is to jump. And so we're going to try to get over to the roof section. And I know we're freezing here.
How's the view up there? All right, let's move on.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Let me build scaffolding stuff all the way up here. I'm trying to be careful. I'm not trying to fall here. Because if you fall off of a building, then it affects your health and all sorts of stuff.
The house may be in a rough shape, but it will be cozy and comfy once properly repaired.
Yeah, once again, looking at this house, it looks like it's going to be a boatload of work.
Pretty soon, some neighbors might want to sell you their hens, so if you want your own source of meat and eggs, you should fix your hen house.
That's all fine and dandy, but where am I supposed to live if the house is an old ruin?
If you follow this path into the forest, you'll find a small wooden house. You can stay there while you fix the farm. Come with me, I'll show you.
So it looks like we're going to go off into the woods, and the R2 button is to run. It's really neat to see the trees with the snow on it, like I said again. And I can catch it in one of the shots here. Oh, there it is. Oh, you guys just missed it. Where the snow falls off the tree. I think that is so neat that they did that. So neat. That they can...
Here we are. You can live here until you renovate the big house. You just have to fix the door. There should be some old planks lying around.
What about cooking?
You will have to chop wood for the fire. You shouldn't have trouble finding it, since this whole forest is yours now. You can even sell some if you chop too much. There's also a greenhouse here. It's not as big as the one on the farm, but it's in much better condition. I see you are a skilled craftsman and have a trained eye. Use this skill to analyze your surroundings.
This is the right, not right. This is the left button, or L1 on the on your controller. I'm assuming it's probably a different key on the keyboard. And this lets you kind of see like an engineer's site where it lets you see old junk that you can pick up and keep, and different tools, different things on the ground that you may find that may become very useful on your journey. So you just pick up this axe, and grab all these old junk pieces, and then you can repair the door. Now, you just cycle around your tool where you have your old junk, and right away you'll see what looks like to be an old nail gun of some sort. And, it's pretty much the same concept as the first one. So I'm just going to hit the right button,
Looks
prepare
solid.
it, and
Good job.
voila.
How about cutting a few bushes now?
And so right now, as you can see, that we are very cold. And so now we got to go to the bushes and chop wood. So I'm going to cycle back around to the axe, and you can chop bushes. And, right now my health is decreasing because I'm getting cold. And chop some wood up here. Wood is everything, guys. Wood is everything. Right.
You handle that axe really well, almost like you've done this before. So, let's put your skills to another test. Here's a cooking pot and some fresh tomatoes from the greenhouse. You can use the pot over the fire to cook something hot and tasty. Come on, give it a try.
And also, guys, I wanted to point out that how this stuff on the left-hand side of the screen, I think that looks way better, to be honest, and at least kind of gives you like a better direction of what you need to do and look at and stuff. So we're gonna light this fire real quick before we before we freeze to death, and but like I said, super good on the graphics and the detail. Like I said, I love that when the snow falls down from the trees, and I know the graphics are not all the way up to par. Like you can see, like the trees are they're kind of like roughed in. Like they're not like perfected all the way, which is fine. There's always going to be kinks and stuff to work out, and and since it's just getting started, just gotta, it's actually really good for just starting out, to be honest. Well, like I said, I love how the all like the stuff pops up in the center to like click on things. It gives you like a stuff that you need to do and stuff, and it's actually really crisp and clean. Like it just makes it easier for you to follow along and to kind of kind of stay in the right heading. Like you don't have to click on your map like 100 times to try to figure out where this is, or cycling back through different tabs because something is in one tab, but the other thing that you need is in a different tab, and so then you got to flip-flop back and forth, so on and so forth. Like so far, this is like super straightforward, easy, and I think we should have equip the pot. Oh yeah, we already automatically get the pot. So all you got to do is equip the pot and just hit the R1 button, and you get to start making food. Guys, we get to make food, cook food, so vegetables and all sorts of stuff. So it looks like we got to make tomato soup. All we need is tomatoes, which we have tomatoes in our inventory. And even though it says time to cook is 5 minutes, but it's going to cook like instantly. So perfect.
All right, you made it. Is it tasty?
Oh, and then I wanted to. Oh, hang on here. We'll let.
It smells really nice. Apparently, you have many skills to reveal.
The power of natural vegetables and one secret ingredient. Here you go. This is for you.
It's really hot. You did great. I think you'll fit here with us nicely.
It looks like a lot of work ahead, but I'm really starting to enjoy it.
Okay.
Emily, a good friend of mine, lives nearby. I heard she needs some help with her buildings. Maybe it would be a good start to pay her a visit and say hello. And speaking of buildings, I noticed you have some new bricks and construction wood left by previous farm owners. You can use these to rebuild some of your buildings with the proper new elements. You don't always have to use junk, you know? Good luck. I'm sure you'll like the outcome. All right, I have to go now. Best of luck to you.
I just wanted to point out too, guys, like when they're talking and stuff. Oh yes, you get the social points, and so then we got a new quest of helping Emily out, which seems to be her friend. But so I also wanted to point out too, when they're talking and stuff, like their voices are completely different. And then if I remember right, in the first one, they kind of talk like robot voices and stuff like that. But without further ado, let's get over to Emily's house and see what she is needing. And unfortunately, this is about as fast as you get to go. So it's a little slow. You gotta walk all the way over there. But at least her house isn't too far. So I'm going to show you guys the mini map. I'm just going to push on the button here. So yeah, you guys can get to see this mini map. Awesome details on this mini map as well, or on this map. I guess it's not a mini map. But looks like we're going to get to earn a tractor, fix the tire, and renew the tractor all at the same time there. This is your guys' inventory. As you see the coat here, so all you gotta do is click on the coat, put it on, it'll switch to a winter coat. You want to do that because so that way you can stay a little bit warmer longer, and so that way you can do your jobs a little bit, have a little bit longer. It's really neat to see this kind of a setup. Your food, how full you are, how energized you are, which is pretty much your health, and then your warmth, and then it's really cool that you get like extra conditions and like extra perks when you eat stuff or drink things. You get like kind of extra things. And so here's the skills and professions, which is super cool layout. Looks like you get extra different skills and things like that. And so like looks like you get different information like plants and pumpkins, paprikas and cucumbers. Apparently you get to areas that you get to own. Then all your buildings that are listed that are fixed or not fixed, animals. But yeah, so cool. Different skills and professions. Looks like you get to marry somebody, and you get to have different things, and just so cool. Looks like you get to be like a manager, spinning tools, and stuff like that. Really, really neat setup with the map and the quest list and the inventory. Just a really neat setup on how they did this, and looks like how much weight you can carry in your backpack or your inventory or whichever, and then your tool belt where you get to have your stuff set up so that way you can select your tools and do all that fun stuff. So without further ado, now that I showed you guys the map, we're going to get over here to Emily's barn and figure out what's going on. I know when I first tried this out, I know this quest, it's not a long one as long as you kind of get after what you're doing. But you will get old eventually, and so what I end up having to do is I have to usually end up running back over to the fire pit, because so far I haven't seen one around here at her house to use, which I wish there was, because then it would be so much easier instead of running back and forth between the log cabin and her house to try to stay warm. So without further ado, let's go talk to her and see what she's wanting done.
Hello, you look a bit troubled. Do you need any help?
Well, I do, actually. Have you seen my barn? As soon as I moved in, it started falling apart, and I can't afford to have it fixed.
How come?
I spent all of my money on this farm. I thought it was a great bargain, even if some buildings were a bit run down. Guess I'll have to sell my old tractor to afford repairs.
Did you say tractor? I'd gladly fix that barn for you if I could have that old fella.
You would? That's wonderful. Tell you what, if you can fix the barn and the silo, it's all yours. I'll even throw in some food as well.
Sounds like a good deal. I better get to work then.
You're a real lifesaver. Feel free to use any old planks or rubble you'll find lying around the farm.
So it looks like we got to pick up. Looks like we got more cola, dried meat, magic beans, and more sausage. And it looks like I do apologize for the background noise. My dog decided to chew on a bottle. Oh, God. Oh. And so if we use our engineer site, we can see that there's old junk laying around. Pick all these stuff up. You know, the glass, everything. Pick it all up. And that way. I did notice a couple of things, like stuff that is along the wall is a little harder to pick up and get the cursor to pick it up. And like these two bottles, I noticed the first time around I was having a real hard time trying to get the thing to highlight it to where I can pick it up, because even though it's here, but yeah. So I did notice that there is a you know, I know this game's not perfect right off the bat. It's got definitely some kinks to iron out, and see, like that. Now I was able to get that time, and yeah, some of this stuff is just a little harder to grab than others. Like stuff along the wall seems to not want to pop up very well, but that's okay. Don't need every piece of junk, but it is nice. It is nice that you can pick up all sorts of stuff, and there's a lot of stuff actually in the shed that's attached to this one. And hopefully my game is not too glitchy for you guys. My computer is, I mean, it's pretty modern computer. So yeah, you just pick all this stuff up. It gives you metal parts. There's stuff that'll give you repair materials, old junk. Just go on a pick 'em up frenzy. Pick everything up and have all these extra, which also will help you down the road on fixing all of your stuff. The more stuff you pick up from other people, you know, you don't end up using all of the extra parts. So you get to hang on to it, and and then works out and better fixing your stuff. I think the squeaky toy. But like I said, yeah, stuff that is along the walls, especially like this glass bottle here and like the other glass bottle that was over there, they just seem to be way harder to want to pick up and get the cursor to like highlight over it. Oh, I almost had it. No, it keeps getting the switch there. Like I said, yeah, it's just really hard to get the spot to do it in a way. So you kind of like gotta trick the well, of course they say cobwebs is dirt, which I wouldn't say that's really dirt, but that's how they worded it. And I know I'm trying really hard here, guys, to get this to clear the cobwebs at least out of the way. I was struggling with this pretty bad the last time, when I was playing it yesterday. I was having a really hard time trying to get the glass bottle from behind the cobwebs, and didn't know if I was doing something wrong but like I said, this game is fairly new, taking off, and it's got kinks. Every game has kinks, especially when it's in its first developing stages. You can never get a game perfect right off the bat. So it looks like we got some more junk to pick up here, and looks like some paint cans that I missed. See if I can try. Like I said, yeah, a lot of objects that are up against the wall, like right here, that is a little harder to grab. Like I said, you don't need every single junk part piece unless you're trying to get every single junk part piece. But you just need majority of this stuff that's taken around. You don't need to have all of it. And so whatever's junk and laying around, pick her up. So like right here, this is one of the pieces that you gotta fix. Just hit your right button multiple times, which is R1 for me, until this is the door. And the same thing with the wall right here, just keep doing the same thing. Because she's going to want you to fix up all of and then also we get to do a lovely silo as well. Even this fenced in area is also part of the barn as well, guys. So make sure you try not to forget that. Even though it says the cobwebs are dirt, I think that was not dirt, but that's okay. And so yeah. Okay, let's go up on the roof. And we need a scaffolding. And you just cycle back around your tools. I use the directional buttons, but there's also another way to do it as well. Square for me is to jump. I'm pretty sure there's another key on the keypads of what you need to do in order to jump. But fix this roof. Which kind of is like a canvas type thing. You think you would want to use something else. But also, alright, now we got to fix the walls on this. And then I noticed another thing, like the doors and stuff, they glitch right through the scaffolding stuff. So that's another thing that they're just going to have to, you know, try to figure out. I know it's hard. I think it's the same way with the first one. Okay, very sorry about that, guys. Had to do something with my dogs real quick. But still, alright, so now we gotta go fix this brick wall. As you can tell, there's a big gaping hole in it. I found out if you just use this lovely haystack up here, you can just climb right up here and fix her up. And you guys have to look very closely, but I don't know if you can see it, the stuff down there. There is stuff here in the corners that I think you have to fix as well. I know there's stuff on the inside and there's stuff on the outside that you have to kind of patch up and repair, and you just kind of have to look for all the weird nitty-gritty things. Like, see right here. Like, see, at first it's like you don't even notice it, and then next thing you know, bam, you know, then pops up out of nowhere. So I knew there was a couple of stuff that was inside here that needed to get fixed. And like I said, guys, you just kind of have to move your cursor. You just have to move your mouse or cursor, depending on if you play keyboard or if you use a controller such as myself. You just kind of have to, you know, move your cursor around to try to figure out where the other spot is. Because sometimes they're a little hard to tell in the game to see what needs to be fixed. So you just kind of have to move your cursor around and try to figure out where exactly it needs to be fixed. So, like on the outside here, it looks like we got our cursor right there. Let's fix the outside of this wall. Like I said, there's a bunch of work to do on this game. It's just insane on how much work you got to do. I think if I remember right, I'm trying to remember. I don't think we need up on the roof anymore. If I remember right, there's only one patch in the roof that you have to fix, which is that one there. And then I think there's a hole in the wall back around here, which we fixed that already. And like I said, guys, try not to fall off the roofs and stuff, because I found that out that you do lose health when you do that. So try your best, you know, not to fall off the roof or just jump down. Let's see. Let's cycle to there. I know sometimes the scaffolding kind of is trouble. But I know you can also set it up. There we go. You can also set the scaffolding and stuff up inside the barn here. Because I know you have to try to get all the cobwebs down, and especially right here is a tricky one, even though they call it dust. I don't know why. It's just, yeah, they call it dirt. I don't know why they call it dirt, but it's cobwebs. But I know that's one of the pieces that you have to remove all the dirt in order to that, and I know we gotta fix this bead. This is one of the items that needs to get fixed. So you just cycle to your old repair materials. And just hit the right button until it fixes the bead. It's just really neat on how they detailed all of this and get this all to work. And what else do I need to do? Oh, I gotta get that cobweb. Oh boy. Yeah, some of this stuff is a little tricky to get to, especially with the scalping. Sorry for the kind of jittery screen. Oh yeah, we gotta fix this too. So far overall, really good. I think it is. Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, it kind of follows the footsteps of the first one, which is totally fine. You know, it's kind of nice to follow the footsteps. Oh, so now we get to do the silo. So of course you want to take down your scaffolding and stuff, and yeah, make sure you bring this along with you, because yeah, you definitely are going to need this this stuff. Come over here. Close this up. And yeah, see, it makes such a difference of having your code on. That Emily gives that to you in the first. Definitely want to have that on. Definitely will help. So that way, because I noticed that the first time I played this, I did not put the code on because I didn't pay attention. Well, then I was getting cold so quickly, and it's like, well, then I was finding myself running back and forth to the campsite, warm back up, and realized, oh, I would put the code on in the beginning. I could stay around here longer and finish my stuff and yada yada yada. So we just go over here and fix this lovely silo. You will need to have your scaffolding ready, because you got to fix it all the way up there, and it's a long way. And oh, there it is. There. Sometimes if you can just move your cursor around, sometimes you can catch where you need where to fix it. I know that that was kind of like in the first one, where as long as you get your cursor up high enough, or somewhere close, it would just do it for you. Up, and it's already set for like 3 high. Awesome. We're just gonna build a platform thingy all the way around it, just to make it that much easier. Usually the trick with the scaffolding is, since it's already pre-set up to go as high as the silo, the trick is just to go on the first floor, go around, find all the stuff that needs fixing, then hit the stairs, and just go up to the next floor, find everything that needs to be fixed, go around, and just kind of keep doing the same thing. Just keep going up the stairs, finding more patches to put back in it, and you know, and then just keep climbing up the stairs until you're finished. So yeah, pretty straightforward. pretty straightforward and easy, and so yeah, it's a lot of like the first, lot of like Farmer Dynasty, the first one. I could definitely tell that they revamped, the NPCs' voices. That's a lot better, and which makes it sound way much nicer. Oh boy, what are we missing on this silo here, guys? I wish I knew. We already did the top. Well, I guess I'll go down one and see it. See if I accidentally missed a. And it's tricky too. It's tricky too, guys. If you accidentally miss like one panel, then or did like one piece but didn't do the other, it's a little tricky to figure out. Looks like we're good here. Let's go down and I noticed that too. Like when you're walking down the stairs, I noticed this character like just jump the whole entire set of stairs. So watch out for that too, guys. Like if you move too quickly going down the set of stairs, your character will completely just, kind of start flying in a way. Which is not good, because like I said before, you don't want to fall off, because then your health and stuff will get damaged, and then you have to. Oh, see, look at that, guys. Look at that. I didn't do one thing. Missed the one. So that's what I was saying, guys. Make sure you go around and check everything, because like I said, you can just miss one panel thing, and then it's gonna fight you to figure out where the wool you. Oh yeah, that game started doing that the other day too. So like even though I removed the scaffolding, but it comes right back. So I just have to sit there and tap on the buttons a few times to try to. And once it does it, but I don't know if the keyboard part has that kind of problem. It's kind of annoying a little bit, but like I say, it's a new game, so it's gonna have issues and bugs to work out. But it's still though already out of the box. Controller ready, like to play on a PS5 controller or PS4 if you guys have a PS4 or Xbox 360 or Xbox One. It's kind of nice to see right out of the gate. It already has controller support, to play with your controllers. I'm playing on Steam, so and. I love that. Love the fact that you can play on a controller and right out of the gate. And it's pretty much like the same layout as kind of the first one. But, it's got, you can tell it's definitely different. And so, yeah. Really would love to. I really like to see how this game turns out later on down the road, and hopefully they will definitely let me play some more of this and try it out. And I wanted to say too, guys, this is my first time ever making a video on a game that they asked me to try out, and which is amazing. And so I wanted to do a little shout out for the guys that are the developers that are doing this game that invited me to give it a try and kind of gather my thoughts on it, and then definitely game is like super. It is super. It is cool already to see like the trees and the buildings that are run down that need fixing, And it's really cool to see the snow coming off the trees. Like I could tell they put in, a little bit of thought into it in wintertime. You know, so definitely a lot of thought and planning has gone into uh, just kind of the uh, oh, like the, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the background of it, just seeing the snow and stuff fall off the trees, and on different trees, or the same tree, it looks like the same trees dropping a bunch of snow, and it's just so neat. All right, well, let's go ahead and talk to Emily again and see what's
Your
going on.
farm is fixed.
Thank you so much. The tractor's in the garage. I'm glad it's in good hands now.
And another thing I wanted to point out too, I noticed how the characters' voices, like, each one is a little different. So I noticed that with Emily, that her voice sounded a little bit different than Molly's, which is fine. But looks like we get the lovely tractor. Oh, and it is a rusty looking thing. So it looks like we get to fix this lovely thing. And of course, you guys seen that on the map when I was showing you guys around on the map of how that all works. If you're using a PlayStation controller, it's the center button on the left, like aimed towards the left side. And so don't forget, guys, also pick up this old junk stuff, especially because down the road your house is going to need a lot of this stuff, especially if you can't afford to fix up, or get like new stuff right off the bat. So make sure you guys pick up some of the old junk at other people's houses, because you never know. You never know when you may need stuff. And so, just pick it up like a madman. So like I said, the only other part is, like, right at the moment, is it's a little hard to pick up stuff that is, like, on ledges of walls and stuff like that. That's the only part that seems to get me there is stuff that's on, like, ledges and stuff like that. But other than that, it seems to be a really good game to kind of start off with. And I do apologize, guys, on how my microphone is and stuff is set up. So I don't really have all the fancy recording equipment to really, do that. So I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little weird, or because I'm literally using my speaker, my Bluetooth speaker, and so on that. But let's pick up this lovely tractor wheel. Let's see if we can get this puppy put on and get this lovely tractor back to our house and get it all put on here. Maybe there we go. Mount it. Bam. All right. Let's see if this baby still works. Well, it better. There should be enough fuel in the fuel tank. And so right here, all you have to do is hit. Well, they say A, but reality it's for X on the PS5 controller. But it's set up just like a Xbox controller. So you just pop in, off the map. Has all the top, sorry about that. guess you guys can see the key keyboard on this one is like T is cruise control, T is camera, L is light, is brake, stuff. Forward. Set up just like an Xbox controller. As long as you know where the one that's on. So right away I can tell the sounds of the tractor. And I think the guys back up is it definitely sounds like the first tractor. That I don't know your thoughts on that. Kind of the same. I think it's pretty sound. Alright, so let's drive this puppy back out. Get out of the area. But right away, the tractor is like super slow, kind of like the first tractor, and pretty much sounds like the same. I do like it almost kind of looks like an old, tractor like farming tools in it, when they're tractors. But once again, definitely, definitely pretty cool to see the tractor here. And you get to work on it, fix it up. So it's got a lot of details, like a lot of details, a lot of kind of things like I know, I hate comparing it to the first one, but it kind of just reminds you of that. Kind of sounds like the first one, and stuff kind of like the first one, but definitely sounds a little bit different. Everything's following the and right away I can already see through the door that looks like a pickup of ours that is hiding in there. So the handbrake on. We'll hop out and we'll open this door so we can bring it into our little garage. And I noticed too, well, like back in, do you remember, I don't know if you guys remember in the first one, how the, tractor, back into the tractor kind of spins around, kind of like how it is now, and then when you go forward, you'll put back into the tractor, kind of like pop up a little bit. I know the first one did that as well. So, I know the first one definitely did that. So, once again, pick up all the old junk around here, guys. Yeah, pick it up. You never know. You never know. You may have something. But also, on the flip side, you got to be careful on how much old junk you pick up because, once again, in your inventory here, you do have to watch your weight on how much stuff you pick up. So, let's look over here. Oh, a Maverick 125P. It's a nice looking truck. Looks old, but looks nice. So once again, I got some more junk. Trying to clean this up a little. Alright, let's see. We'll fix this brick wall while we're here. Pretty easy. Trying to get started on the repairs of the house or this garage a little bit. Trying to get started, fix this up, fix that up. inside, yeah. See, like stuff like that, you gotta watch for, guys. Like, see how that, it's all in the details. It's all in the details. So, like, yeah. He's picking up all this old stuff. So yeah, stuff like that that just normally wouldn't, you wouldn't think, like, okay, and then right there, it's like, bam, it's like, how did I miss that? And it's all, you just have to, like, catch stuff like that, like the things, like, see how the bricks are sticking out and all weird and kind of like that. Yeah, just little stuff like that. We're gonna fix this up a little bit. This garage. We're just gonna kind of fix it up enough to see, like, stuff like that. Like, you wouldn't think that needed fixed, but it did. And like, there's a hole here. We're just gonna patch that up. We're just gonna fix it up enough to call it good. Now, until we figure out how to, maybe eventually we can replace the whole thing. But that'll be down the road. Pick up some more junk here. Repair. I'm trying to set up this. Oh, it's trying to do the wall. Nice. Trying to pick up all the stuff off the floor. So yeah, stuff like that you gotta watch out for on fixing stuff up. But you never know. Like, you see how the wall is missing right here? So yeah. If you weren't paying attention to that, you would have totally missed that the wall needed to be fixed. And see, even I kind of missed that until I caught the bottom of the wall a little bit and seen that there was bricks missing and stuff. So just even stuff like that. So make sure you have, like, when this game does come out for all of you guys, make sure you keep an eye out for stuff like this where the brick and stuff is missing. Because you never know. You just never know until you're, like, going along doing a quest, and next thing you know, it's like, I was supposed to fix that, and I did, and and the quest line thing, I feel like it's stuck. But in reality, it's not stuck. There was just one piece that you missed, and it could, yeah, like I said, it could be on the inside or the outside of the wall. So you never know. So you have to check both sides of the wall. Make sure that you got them both. And it looks like we are already overweight. Already, yeah. See, we are at 104. Luckily, some of these stuff you can put away or hide stuff, which it really doesn't. We're kind of just stuck walking for now since we're overweight, but that's fine. So we're just doing some little bit of work here and there to fix up this garage a little bit. So there's our new, there's our new stuff, our new bricks and old stuff. I don't know why it just did that for me. I didn't exactly. So to put away stuff, you just hit the put away button and you load. Bam. And pushed the wrong if you accidentally push the right side, that will bring you up to the main menu screen. Also, the start button will do the same thing, so it'll do that as well. So we are going to put away our old repair materials. We're going to put that away for now. And so that's our old junk. And looks like we have also more old junk. So look at that, guys. Almost 500 pieces of old junk, just between some of the stuff that I picked up at Emily's house, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to end this. We'll just call this part 1. So we're just going to end this here for now. We'll fix up this door a little bit. And so we're going to call this part 1, and I will make another video another time to kind of keep playing through this with you guys. And like I said, it's a really fun game already. I just played it, between yesterday and today. So yeah, all my kids and stuff, they got home from school, so it's gonna get a little noisy and stuff. So anywho's, thank you guys for watching and watching me try out Farmer Dynasty 2. Like I said, kind of like the first one, but a little bit different. Seems to be pretty cool. Graphics wise are pretty good, and I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and I'll stay tuned for part 2.